Take one.
Ooh, what makes a modern day masculine man?
When you drink your liquor straight.
A modern day masculine man. I pay all the bills and I tells my woman the truth. Got my shit together, do what I wanna do, say what I wanna say. I won't bend, I won't break, you are not me and I am not you. I kept it real, so now I can do what I wanna do. Modern masculine man. Welcome to Man School.
Welcome to the Modern Masculine Man Podcast, Mitch. Woo! What up, fam? Y'all already know what time it is. I'm about to bring my guy, Trav, in the house.
What's up?
Y'all, somebody let me get a thumbs up, a yay, something to let me know that I got this volume coming in. That's my little cord been acting up, so I just ordered a new one. My man Vajra sent me a dub. The thing was $99.99. So I got me a free 10 boy. Yeah, but what's up, Trav, man? Let somebody give me something on the back end. Can you hear me, Trav?
I can hear you, man. Can you hear me, man?
Okay, if you can hear me, I think we should be good. I don't know why if you can hear me, somebody, but now you right here with me, so I got to see it. My broadcasting there. So somebody, like I said, if you in the house, say yeah. Trav, we got a good subject we're going to talk about tonight, man. A good subject. I've been thinking about this thing all day, and it's something I've been saying for years, and we're going to talk about it tonight. Once I get somebody to say amen on the chat, Trav, sing us something, man. You know how you do. Sing us in, man.
Hey, black folk, it's been a while since we talked. Hey, black folk, it's been a while since we love one another. All we want to do is talk, because a conversation, man, can change the nation, man. Come on, y'all.
Exactly. I love it. I ain't got nobody's confirming that we got sound yet. We ain't got a couple of people in, so but we're gonna go ahead and get started, man. And if we'll get the confirmation in a minute, I'm gonna zoom in on me just a little bit. Let's see. All right, Trav, man, look. What I've been thinking about, man, I've been saying forever, and I don't know if you heard me say this. I've written this on my post so many times. Is I wish they wouldn't have never let black folks on TV, radio, movies, or professional sports. And I say this all the time, and people always say it sounds like Trey Prue. Do we got sound? Trey Prue is like our most loyal and my favorite watcher. You know what I'm saying? You know, you ain't supposed to say that, but I said Trey Prue, she be in the house. She always represents. She always speak up. You know what I'm saying? You can always count on the sister.
Oh, yeah. She a real life shero out here in this world.
Now, Trav, I get called Uncle Ruckus all the time. Just so we ain't rapped about all this. When I say I wish they wouldn't never let black men on TV, radio, in the movies, or professional sports. Does that sound like a coon statement, or do you understand where I'm coming from? Just tell me, what do you think when you hear me say that?
Well, I think what I take out of it is that it gives us a general perception, and like you say, those are illusions. Those are kind of like marketing packaging, and it kind of gets us away from what real reality is in the men that really need to be respected, the men that actually do something in life. So I think TV and entertainment kind of breaks us away from reality. I think that's what you're saying.
That's exactly what I'm saying. I'm saying that I wish that young black men at this point could just all of a sudden only admire and look up to the men in their neighborhood that they see and know are good men. You see what I'm saying? It's
Yeah.
different when we were young, Trav. I remember Charles Barkley said, "I ain't no hero." We didn't have access to the stars' lives. We
Yeah.
saw them play the game. We didn't know what type of person they was. We didn't know if they was giving, if they won't. I remember when I was a kid, when Heavy D came out, sitting in the room with the smoke jacket on, fireplace burning, and the girl was warm. We ain't know how Heavy D looked until the damn Word Up or Right On magazine came out. So I thought Heavy D was some big black ugly guy. When I saw Heavy D was smooth and can dance and shit, I was like, oh shit. So we have access to celebrities that we've never had access before. Back in the day, we didn't get to see reality TV. We didn't get to see celebrities, go to the store and argue with their husband. You know what I'm saying? So now it's more of a bad representation. It's like I can't think of any black TV show, black program. I can't think of anything black positive represented in the media or entertainment. Now I might just be saying some shit because that's just how I feel. I'm biased. But man, can you think of a black TV show or black something that's represented in a positive light especially that shows black men in a positive light? Can you think of anything? I know Tamron Hall, that's a female show. I don't see where she's doing too much bad at, but can you think of anything that comes to mind? You know what I'm saying? When you're thinking of black excellence, hey, this is what black folks need to look at.
No, I can't think of nothing that come to mind. And we know the truth ain't popular, so the truth ain't never been popular. But at the same time, people don't watch TV. People in social media, and what's on social media truly dictates what we really think reality is. Mm-hmm. So when we see this rap culture, for whatever you want to see it, from the materialism of it to the drug aspect of it to whatever, these kids really want to be that, man, and that becomes the representation of us.
And I don't think people don't understand our pituitary gland isn't fully developed. They say to like 26, 27 years old. Now, I remember I did my comedy show the other day. I said I'm almost 50 and I ain't worried about having a heart attack or a stroke. I'm worried about getting the worms.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, you remember when you was a little boy and if an older woman about you 13, 18, and if a woman you think she fine and if she 50, old folks say you got the worms. You know what I'm saying? So I'm jokingly saying that to say, what was my whole point about that? Dag, I was telling my joke, referring to the joke. Go ahead.
Yeah. Well, it's like this though, man. Going back to the representation in us through entertainment. Like you got to just say you got the YNs. Mm-hmm. That's pretty much getting ready to be the overall stereotype of a whole generation of young black men. At the end of the day, man, let me show you how this works. Just say you got Shedeur Sanders, mm-hmm. right? Someone who went to a top-notch college. Of course, his daddy rich, but he's there with a whole culture of young black men. Yeah. And to get there, let me tell you, in real life, from junior high to high school, man, you had to almost be extraordinary to even qualify, to even be in position to have that level of education. Mm-hmm. So when they get there, think about how square you in focus you got to be. But when they get there, to justify being there, they take on a young nigga rap culture to say almost like I can do it like the drug dealer, baby. You see what I'm saying? So when you make that the standard of success in a whole generation of young black men mind, that become the perspective of the world. But let me say this. My son played high school football. Yeah. One morning I dropped him off at 5 a.m. and I sat back in the corner. And I watched 170 young black men come try out for football at 5 a.m.
Wow.
And it's 32 teams in Charlotte, North Carolina. So I said, you got that many young black men focusing on the right thing. I say, why does a young nigga perspective even exist when there's more of this right now at 5 in the morning anywhere in America? There's more young black men trying out for local high school football at one time in the world than there is any negative aspect that they can see on social media. So they exist.
Yeah. Hey man, I say that all the time when they say black folks ain't got no money, man. I say, how we ain't got no money, and the Asian man and the China man and the Arab man post up in our hood and make money? How we ain't got no money, like you said, in the morning time. They won't show those kids, like you said, hey, this is CNN News. We're out here in Dallas, Texas, and it's the first day of spring training, and it's 1,000 kids, but they'll show, hey, black people got up this morning at 4 a.m. and stood in line online waiting on the new Jordans. You know, they show these things. They show us in the line fighting for Jordans. You know what I'm saying? I don't think people realize America needs a scapegoat, and it's always been the black man. They need to blame the crime, the problems, and everything on somebody, and it's always been the black man. And the representation that they put of us out in the world is the reason they can always say, now look, if there's some crime, if there's some vagrancy, that black man. And the sad thing is, Trav, it used to just be the media, Boys in the Hood, the movies. Now we doing it to ourselves. Now we filming ourselves doing this stuff. So they know these is real documented true cases. Before they used to be like, maybe it could be a white person in Utah or a white person in Wisconsin or someone that never seen a black person. And they say, you know, you saw the movie, Don't Be a Menace or Menace in Society. That's how they all act. And somebody say, you know, that's a movie. That's not how they all act. Come on now. That's not how they all act. But now social media, we're physically showing us act worse than the fucking movies, man.
Man, I talk about the cultivation theory, man, and this ain't no deep shit. This ain't no shit that's deep. Listen, the cultivation theory is a real theory behind television programs that cultivate your mind to not know the difference between reality and entertainment. You really think what's on the TV is real life. So we have become. Hey, look, they say art is imitation of life. We making life an imitation of art. We backwards as hell. That's what's wrong with us today. We backwards.
Hey, Trav, I knew what I was talking about when I said my joke. The pituitary gland. And it's funny, you went right into the YNs. As a young person, our pituitary gland doesn't develop to a certain age. So we don't understand time like we do as an adult. That's why I said when we was a kid, when we was 15 and they said, Miss Jones, she look good. And they said, she 50. You said, oh, she old. She gonna give you the worms. We didn't understand that 35 years from now, we would be 50. Now we the ones with the worms. So these kids, when they get out here and they doing these crimes and they hear you can go to jail for 10 years. When you 10 years old, you don't know what 10 years is. You don't really know and understand. You gonna get a 15-year sentence out here fucking around, boy, and you 15. It's like your mind don't wrap really around the idea that these folks will put your ass away in a corner for 30 years and you do something at 14 years old. You don't understand. I remember when I was 14, some of my friends, we were walking down the street and my homeboy said, let's just go in everybody's mailbox that got the little red thing open and take their mail. And I said, well, I'm not. I'm going the other way. You know what I'm saying? I immediately went the other way. I remember seeing on the post office. I grew up in a small town. They had a post office. It said, post office, you can get $25,000 fine and fucking 25 years in jail. 5 years in jail for fucking with somebody's mail. And I went the other way. And it turns out that my friends, they didn't open this lady's mail. You remember the Publix clearinghouse shit back in the day that you put all the stickers on? This lady, she was so into her shit. And she's standing there watching her mailbox because she done put her Publix clearinghouse thing in it. And so they done went in there and took her little shit and tore it up. Man, this lady was so mad, man. Black lady in the neighborhood. She tried to press charges to the fullest extent because they tore her Publix clearinghouse thing up. Them boys got in some trouble. I don't remember what really happened, but they didn't understand the extent of just fucking with somebody's mail. And I use that as a small example to show these kids don't really know what they're doing. And you said something that's so amazing. I want you to speak on this again, how you said the mind really can't separate real from fake. Notice how we can watch a movie. I was watching fucking what was it? That new movie Sinners, not too probably about a week ago.
Yeah.
And I was just standing there in my house, me and my wife grabbing each other. And I'm looking at, I'm like, no, don't let them motherfuckers in there, man. And I'm just literally, and I looked at Chris. I said, Chris, I'm back this bitch scared. We really don't understand that this is a movie. This thing has made our mind really think that we're seeing something real. So I want you to expound more on that, man. Like, because
I'm gonna make it practical, and it's Tough Talk Tuesday, right?
Yeah.
So I got a saying where I say we romanticize the idea of becoming with no reality of being. Everybody want to become something, but to become something, you got to be it. So we don't know how to be anything. We just got ideas, right? So imagine this right here in Tough Talk Tuesday. Every man listening to me, at some point in your life, you got to understand where you was on the spectrum of tough when it came to playing football or any type of physical thing amongst your peers, whether it was wrestling, football, or whatever. Everybody learned their wager of being tough, right? So I remember it was some people who had the idea of wanting to play football. Man, they was all into the drills, into the cones. I mean, they was out there juking everybody. And I mean, they was first on the conditioning. But when them pads came, some people quit. They said, I had the idea of playing football, but I can't be like this. So that's the reality now. We get all caught up in these ideas of social media, but in this here real world, see, that's where we're going wrong. What you be, what you do, what you be, and what you do. And I heard you say this: depression ain't real, and I don't mean that in no disrespect, but sometimes that's deep emotional trauma because you desire something or to be that you don't have no understanding of how. And man, that puts you way down.
Yeah, Trap, I always say this, man. The only time that we truly sad is when we want something we know we can't fucking have. When you want something and you know you can't have it, that's why you sad. And the reason you know you can't have it and you're sad, because if you thought you could have it, you'd be working at it. So like you said, some of those kids that wanted to play football went home crying because they knew, I want to play this shit, but I know damn well I can't take these pads. And that's the thing in real life. And that's why I always say depression ain't real. And it's not a knock at the mental health, you know what I'm saying, industry. And I just feel like Black people have internalized a lot of their verbiage on our life. So it's like when my mother was passing and we had to take her off of the ventilator, you know, a couple of my family members said, man, you spoke so adamant about go ahead and make this thing go, like take her off, like why won't you sad? I said, well, I know my mama don't want to see her kids die. I know my mama would rather go before her children, first of all. Second of all, I know I can't have my mama the rest of my life. I know this. So the only time you sad in life is when you want something you know you can't have. Well, I didn't want something I know I couldn't have. I don't want things I know I can't have. The things that I want, I go out and chase. So say, for example, me and you, we rap from time to time, and we always say, man, I feel like we supposed to be them niggas that folks is listening to, right? Yeah. You know, we say that all the time. Yeah. Now, I would be depressed at how many motherfuckers is making more money than me, more visual than me, their voice is bigger than mine. I would be depressed if I didn't think that I could do the same thing. You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking,
man.
I done linked up.
Hey,
I'm like, I have Tuesday nights, man, me and you together. Somehow we gonna fuck around and we gonna crack this thing. If I thought that I could make this and I see Charleston White doing what he doing, I'd be a motherfucking in the ground.
Hey, but look, man, this bring it full circle, dog. I swear, man. Like, check this out, right? So it's like this. Everything ain't for sale. Like you say, man, when we look at these entertainers and these celebrities, and they give off false perceptions of who the real and what the real is, everything ain't for sale. Mm-hmm. So I got to say that each one reach one, each one teach one, right? But we give right now, man, we giving, man, hold on, let me say this. You are a master teacher. You got a master's degree in education. Mm-hmm. We're talking about a real master's degree. We're talking about dedication. Almost, I know it had to be 8 years or so of college. I'm talking about every aspect of what an educated, successful Black man is by every standard. You are a master of education. On here giving it away for free, and it ain't for sale. Mm-hmm. See, the truth ain't popular. The truth ain't popular. And let me tell y'all something about the truth. The truth is always free. For the truth, all you got to do is pay your attention. But when you don't know what's real and you think you got to pay money for it, the ones with the money justifies what we consider real. See, that's why we fucked up, because we don't know how to deal with reality. We stuck in this here phone, dog.
You know, I say, man, like I say, staying on the subject, man, we on subject, but I want to talk about how, think about this. When I say the representation, man, we got kids and people holding hundreds of thousands of dollars to their ear. We don't understand how the evil has created in our race. Like the song, Hey Black Folks, it's been a while since we talked. We didn't used to be this jealous of each other because the man that had some didn't used to say, hey, look what I got. I'm going to show you my whole bank account, motherfucker, and you ain't got nothing. My necklace costs more than your mama's house. So when he get to town, they trying to line his ass up. They trying to set him up. You know, rappers like J. Cole, we know this man got money. He ride around on a bike. He ain't got all these flashy stuff. Ain't nobody fucking with him. I'm just talking about not only as an entertainment, as far as the whore culture, the rape culture, the violent culture. I'm just talking about the bragging, the braggadocious. Look at me, look at me, look at me. I believe if we had a uniform, it would cause us to be more, hey, you know, you feel where I'm coming from? It's like when we wake up in the morning, you know the old saying, keeping up with the Joneses. When we wake up in the morning, the first thing on our mind is, how do I look in comparison to what the standards of fucking rap nigga fashion is? You know what I'm saying? Like, man, the women said, if I can look like Love and Hip Hop, I'm looking good out this motherfucker.
Man, well, one thing, man, when we talk about real men, real Black men, and I ain't even gonna say black, I'm just talking about a real man.
Yeah.
A real man, whether he whatever. A man is a man if he real, right? Mm-hmm. A lot of people ain't never saw one for real, dog.
Yeah.
We're in a time where it's fucked up, dog. A lot of people don't know what it is, man. So, but in this here world, you got different kind of men. And see, we generalize a lot of things, even when we get into entertainment. See, when we put everything in one spectrum and we see the rapper who got all the money, who got all the hoes, who justifying fucking this woman and fucking that woman, we generalize it and we all get put in this here hole. Yeah. But in real life, you got different kind of men. And I want to give an example. See, there's a kind of men that attract women. And man, he got to really battle and find his balance in that. That's a whole nother different kind of man that go buy pussy. Mm-hmm. See how that works?
Yeah.
And you can't put both of them in the same spectrum, in the same context. See, I saw a man that really want to do right, but got a gift and a curse of attracting women.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I saw another dude who wake up every day and he a fucking freak and he go look for freaks and dare not compare them to two. But see, we put everything in a spectrum and we'll justify a freak motherfucker.
Yeah.
In the same category as real men out here with real struggles.
Since you speaking on that, I'm pretty sure you're speaking about Shannon Sharp, and I'm pretty sure I know you enough to know that you feel like when you talking your talk shit, you attract anybody, and I know you feel like you attract women. So I feel like you saying as a married man, you attract women, and you got to be on your square to keep from tempting yourself out here, fucking up your family, and this motherfucker get up every day looking to buy some pussy for somebody to stick their fingers in his ass. I'm assuming.
Well, let me break it down, and this ain't so much about me.
No, I just threw it out there like that because I said that that's one of the things that I like about you, being a faithful married man. You know what I'm saying? That's my hero part of you.
Yeah, but even in that, you're right. Like I say, if I'm an attractive man, yeah, I'm going to attract. That's what every man real. And I say, what make you attractive? Nothing is more attractive than confidence.
Yeah.
Nothing is more attractive than goddamn knowing who you is. And can't nobody break that. Walking in a room knowing ain't nobody in this room above the bullshit. And I'm here for it. So that's what makes a black man attractive. And when he understand that, yeah, that's any man. But let me tell you to you like this. I had a friend, right? He's single man, about 50 something. And this some real life shit. This ain't no make believe.
Yeah.
He was kind of like the dude in Waiting to Exhale, stay on the corner house, pretty yard, cut his grass with his shirt off, single, and he attracted all the women, right? And I admired it because I looked at the movie from a perspective to say he ain't hurt nobody and he ain't wrong. He telling his truth.
Yeah.
But I got to talking to him and I realized behind the facade, he was a hurt man. The first time he went in the game, she dogged him out and he said, boy, I can't do it no more. So he ain't no different than a scorned woman. He just scorning his happiness, right? But it's kind of like fear. So I talked to him and I respect him. And he said, yeah, Trav, man, I had to turn these women down. And I admire that. I love hearing the stories. Yeah, boy, say what now? What'd you say? Good God Almighty. As a married man, sometimes we get caught up in the tales of those that's free type of thing, right?
Yeah.
So we had another dude in the neighborhood, an older, respected man. He was messing with his daughter. They grown, respect, whatever. So he, at this time, man, I had to turn this down. So what's one thing about an attractive man? An attractive man got standards.
Yeah.
An attractive man ain't got to hit any goddamn thing. You see how that work? An attractive man ain't going to fuck any goddamn thing.
Mm-hmm.
He ain't got to. He got a choice, right? If he free. So he was going through all this and he created this standard. He was messing with this woman. And then he told me, he said, man, I messed around and hit her daughter. Man, this is a respected man, his daughter and his granddaughter. There's one thing about heroism and Tough Talk Tuesday, or men amongst men.
Yeah.
See, I can respect you when you standing on your square.
Mm-hmm.
But when you on some bullshit, I growl and say, hold on, motherfucker. Say, I thought you had standards. See, now you a motherfucking freak, nigga. Kind of shit you on, nigga. I checked him. So we got to keep shit in context.
Yeah.
Even going to Shannon Sharp. Mm-hmm. We got to keep shit in context. If you're a freak, you're a motherfucking freak. But don't justify freaks. If she's 19, it's a factory making freaks. How do a 19-year-old become a freak? Let's ask that question.
Fatherless.
Come on.
Fatherless. It's a whole lot of shit going on.
You see what I'm saying? So,
a whole lot of shit going on in that.
Before we give a pass to the freaks in the freak house, because the freak in the freak house got to exist. But let's, as black people, real black people, let's examine how does freak house have a new freshman class every year, just like college.
Fatherlessness, teenage pregnancy, drugs, trying to survive, fucking twerk it over, bust it over, doop doop. Our culture, we create this.
And we ain't talking about attractive black men. We're talking about a freak at the door of the freak house.
Yeah.
Hey, look, I don't work amongst men. I'm talking about real men. And the one that buy pussy is the freak in the break room. That's the freak at the door of the freak house.
Trav,
because this motherfucker rich don't make him shit. This a freak at a freak house.
Trav, I was about to say that.
Y'all.
Have you noticed, like, not saying like certain athletes, say Kobe Bryant and LeBron James. I had made a post after that. I had made a post that said, what if Shaq didn't play basketball? If it wasn't for sports, what would Shaq do? You know what I'm saying? That's what I said. And it's like, we have to understand a lot of these guys, you take LeBron James, Kobe, a lot of these guys, Shaq, I say lame. When I say lame, they lack the regular black male experience. You know what I'm saying? And when I say that, I don't mean, we know LeBron James grew up with a single mother in an inner city and, you know, but he has some protective factors. But the point I'm making is when you literally spend your entire life from 6, 7 years old playing basketball, right? That's what you are. You're a basketball player. Then you go from straight to fucking high school child to fucking the NBA as a basketball player. You miss a regular experience that regular black folks, you know what I'm saying? I mean, like the post-adult, pre-adult, 18 to 24, working, Long story short, these motherfuckers have been rich for a long time. They're not a good representation of being fucking talking to us the race anyway.
Did you go to school with anybody who made it to the league?
Yeah, a couple of guys, yeah.
What kind of students and character did they have?
Pure football players. That's it. barely passed it. I did a couple of them niggas work. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I grew up with Chris Leak and CJ Leak, right?
I remember
and I'm using them as an example.
Yeah.
Chris Leak is the greatest high school quarterback in the history of North Carolina.
Yeah, I remember.
Went to Florida, won the national championship, but didn't get drafted, just like Shador almost happened.
Mm-hmm.
His brother went to Wake Forest. But I want to tell you this, like, to watch them grow up, their daddy played in the NFL. To watch them grow up, their daddy had a whole football league cultivating his sons to get to the NFL. This is what I want to say. They were good football players, but they were damn near weird. They were weird. You see what I'm saying, man?
That's all
they were like little machines, man.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
They were like little machines.
Mm-hmm.
So when you understand, like you say, the sacrifice and dedication that they done played all their life, and at the end, when you're talking about emotionally and psychologically, all their life while they've been in this machine, they've been wanting to relate. And boy, when they get that money, they get the hole in their nuts like they've been real their whole life.
Hey, that's exactly what I'm trying
to say. They acting. And you don't realize that they acting. And now you acting. And don't nobody know who the real them is. This on every fucking level. This ain't got nothing to do with being rich. This ain't got nothing to do with being broke. I done been in a room with some millionaires who don't know who the fuck they is. For real.
Trav, that's exactly what I mean. Like you said, little machines and not like, say, for example, like, how we gonna listen to Usher? Usher been a star since he was 14. What has Usher been through? What has Usher experienced that we need the president to sit down and talk to Usher or Cardi B or fucking Megan Thee Stallion? You see what I'm saying about these people that they get to represent us? It's almost like, say, for example, Monique Taraji B. Hinton came out recently. They only paid us $5,000 for this movie and and we need to boycott and we want the black race to boycott. And it's like, now all of a sudden you're telling the truth. Oh, so they've been fucking y'all paying y'all peanuts laughing, but y'all been starring, walking down the red carpet and all this stuff, making us think y'all rich, and we ascribing and aspiring to be like y'all, and y'all motherfuckers broke, barely making it. You see what I'm saying? You see?
Hey, let me ask you a question, Javon, and it's some real shit. Going back to your educational background. I remember one time you said you was on a magazine type thing for Duke or something like that.
Yeah.
Okay, with all your academia accomplishments and all your heights of your career, and I know with your spirit, your mind, there's no question you would have climbed wherever you wanted to go. What rose in you to take it out for sale? When I say take it off sale, meaning here you are talking for free from your soul, wrestling with motherfuckers who have no idea how crafted and trained you is.
Yeah.
And this shit you talk. What was that?
I really understand the power of what them motherfuckers is doing to us, tricking our minds from birth. And I want to speak out against it. I'm kind of like the spook that's sat by the door. This is really the first time that I'm explaining this, because you asked me, it almost make my eyes water up. As a school teacher, man, and having a master's in education, I understand the foundation of education, what it was for. And it's literally just to make a law-abiding weak motherfucker that ain't got no thoughts for himself. You know, it's what we are. Say, for example, Trav, right now, studies show that 80%, blacks average IQ is 80. That's moderately intellectually disabled, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, they pick us up in the morning, right? I said, why do they do this? They pick you up in the morning on the bus for free. They take you home for free. They feed you twice. And they spend all this money on you. And we fuck around and have the nerve to say that right there ain't them trying to do something for you.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? They trying to do something for you, but it's what they trying to do that's fucked up. But most people, so many of us can't even make it to that. They trying to get you to be a law-abiding citizen that works 50 years and pay taxes. That's what they trying to get you to be through education. But so many of us can't even do that. You get what I'm saying? And then we blame it on them. No, they trying to educate you, motherfucker. They're trying to do something that's to keep you from wilding the fuck out. You know what I'm saying? But the reason I really had to get out of it, man, is just like, I see what they doing. They fucking out. They programming us, man. From birth, they programming us, white and black kids and everybody. They're controlling society. They're controlling the classes with this shit. You know what I'm saying? And I just wanted to say, you know, to black people in my own way, without saying it like that, yo, I just started talking, man. But more than Trav, they programmers. What you say?
Let me ask you this question, and it's a powerful question. What is the alternative?
Farming. Farming.
Yeah.
Really. Farming and industrial trades and shit like that. Really. That was the whole purpose of them sending us to school. You got to think that this goes into the history of it. Let me give you a quick history of it. You know what I'm saying? You got to think about it like this. After slavery, you got a race of people that are the artisans and craftsmen. We the masons, we the carpenters, we the electricians, because electricity was just coming out. We the electricians, we the motherfucking, we do all the work. We do every motherfucking thing. So at one time they had all this free labor. Now they got to come to us like, okay, damn, I can't need my horseshoe. I got to go to the black man. So we were able to come up, you know what I'm saying? And through that, it's like a situation where it's like, okay, how do we take the power from these people because they know how to do every fucking thing. They don't do every fucking thing.
Hey, look, I got a saying where I say this, man. If you understand how it works, you can make it work for you.
Mm-hmm.
But you got to understand your position in it. And when you understand your position in it, it's that simple. If you know how it works, you can make it work for you. If you don't understand how it works, it get worked on you by others, and now you're vulnerable to their intentions.
Exactly.
Because see, we can work it for the good or we can work it for the bad. But man, I asked you that question for real, brother, because like you say, man, I don't take it lightly. I don't want to get off track, but you dropped a lesson one time about the number 33.
Yeah, you on track.
And I'm going to be honest with you. I say that's a fucking master. That's a fucking master.
You on track.
I'm telling you, brother. And I'm saying this to say, when you understand how it works, like we all go through the school system. I was academically gifted.
Yeah.
It was easy to me. It was easy to me. I'm a natural born leader. So when we get back to the different kind of people and what's real, like you said, what is the alternative? Farming, agriculture. It boils back down to what do you do? The question is more powerful than the answer. If you listening right now, ask yourself this question: what do you do? Simply.
Hey Trav, man, let me say something. The reason you're so on topic is because the whole point of education was to take the power from us. Say, for example, we lived in the South. We basically could grow our own food, kill our own animals. We could build everything we need. We didn't need them for nothing. But they said, you know what? If you want to, we basically left the farm to go into industrial shit and to basically say, look, we're going to work for y'all 40 hours a week just to buy the shit that we had any motherfucking way. And so what I'm saying is you take Bill Cosby. That's why I say I wish they would have never let niggas on TV, the radio, or the fucking movies. You take Bill Cosby and entertainment. Bill Cosby was a clean comedian that didn't curse. So they're going to use him as a family man, but they still using him to fucking brainwash us. Every black celebrity is used to brainwash us based on his gift. Fred Sanford cussed. He was like, so Fred Sanford and Lamont, you big dummy, and it's how he treat his son, and that's cool. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. So Bill Cosby, through a different world, basically made us, our generation, me and you, is the generation that said, college is the way. Fuck a trade, fuck a job, fuck. You know what I'm saying? And what that did, it made us even more high-minded. And we produce nothing now, Trav. Like you said, what you do, produce got the word do in it. Produce. We don't do anything. We work jobs for people. And Bill Cosby is the motherfucking culprit. Different World and Cosby Show. Fuck them trades. They took the trades out of school while Bill Cosby was promoting college on us, man.
Hey, look,
they shouldn't have let that motherfucker do that. I mean, it's not they shouldn't have let it. But the point I'm making is he's still an entertainer. He's a celebrity promoting their cause. And we call him what? The father. We call Bill Cosby what? He's everybody's daddy. You know what I'm saying?
Like we talk about celebrities, but I'm gonna talk about somebody real. This is real life, and I know you can relate to this story because you grew up in the country, in a sense, on the farm, right?
Yeah.
But I had a friend, man, that I worked with at a paper mill, and he dead and gone. But now he would be in his 90s if he was still alive. His name was Benny Lee Little, and me and Benny Lee Little got tight, man. And he would come over my crib and just sit and talk with me, pour anything into me he wanted to. But I used to ask Benny Lee Little some questions. I say, Benny Lee, I know you can't really read that good, but when you learn how to read, he said, I still don't really know. I mean, just from working, just for working, I learned a little bit. But back home, man, ain't nobody have no books. I said, come on now, Benny, you ain't that old. He said, the teacher had one book and the preacher had one book. Then he said, you know what, Trav? I said, what? He said, when everybody started learning how to read, you might think I'm lying. Well, we stopped knowing, we forgot how to do every goddamn thing. He said, man, I'm trying to tell you. I said, come on. He said, man, I ain't lying. The man, he said, man, that reading shit fucked us up. Now, that's just a real life story from somebody back deep down in the country, right? I'm going to tell you another country story he told me, and it's real. I said, Benny, do you remember when y'all got power? This is a man I work with. I said, you mean? He said, yeah. I remember when the people we were sharecropping on, they got the power first, but I remember growing up, we had the lamp. He said, man, when that lamp go out, it was pitch dark. He said it was pitch dark. That's why when you hear black people talk about how they gather around the fire to tell stories, that's because we ain't have nowhere else to be but right there. You'll disappear if you leave. He said, but you know what? All we did every day was work. He said, so I remember we come back from the field, we teenagers just like teenagers today. He said, man, Mother Nature don't discriminate. The boy want to get something, the girl. He said, we run in the woods. We didn't give a damn who were fucking. It could be cousins, whatever. We hurry up and go do what we had to do and come back out. We ain't have no other time.
Yeah.
So a lot of people didn't know who their baby daddy was. I said, come on, Benny, you telling me too much truth. So we don't know who he is because we ain't had real people to even talk to let us know. All we got to go by is some bullshit on TV, to be honest with you.
Hey man, that's no different than how we view our race. The old heads back in the day, you know what I'm saying? This is not being funny. You talk to an old man back in the day, they would be like, man, fuck them Muslims. You know, them niggas robbing and stealing, them niggas fresh out of jail with them suits on, robbing people doing. They had a whole different view.
No. Watch this right here. Now watch this right here.
I'm just saying.
Hey, look, but watch this right here. And ain't no shame in Benny Lee game, so I'm finna tell the truth about Benny Lee. I worked with Benny Lee for 9 years before he retired. Mm-hmm. And if you in Charlotte, right there by Johnson C. Smith, it's a street called Rosa Ferry. And Rosa Ferry got prostitutes walking. And Benny Lee got a dirty mouth every morning. We work 7 days a week. Benny Lee got a dirty mouth every morning for, I know, 15 years. So I'm saying this to say, as truthful as Benny Lee was, that taught me some shit. Everybody knew Benny Lee get his dick sucked every morning. He was a motherfucking freak. And everything he said was in the context of a truth-telling freak.
Yeah.
So I just want to put that in perspective.
I get what you're saying.
You see what I'm saying, man?
Yeah. Say, for example, I want to caveat back to the point of the night. Kanye West, man. Kanye West said something that if they wrote a new Bible, he would be in it. And I agree with that. Kanye West and his song, Jesus Walk, man, the most iconic, song. It's like this man is known, but his behavior, you see what I'm saying? How it represents us as a race. You see what I'm saying? Kanye West's behavior, man, it's getting to the point where Kanye, think about where you've gone from. Kanye went from when I get up, all falls down. I can't even go to the grocery store without someone. His message went from there to wanting to be Louis Vuitton or Gucci.
What you got
clothes with holes on it. He wants to be them so bad, and he's making it seem like he's championing, doing something for the race when he just want to be accepted in the black fashion houses. At this point, man, I'm like, man, golly, why you acting like you act?
Well, I look at it like this right here. First of all, we keep hearing over and over and over again, in order to get in that industry and be in that industry, you got to sacrifice something.
Yeah.
Like I say, everything ain't for sale.
Yeah.
I'm a bad motherfucker on this here microphone.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm giving it away free to this day. It ain't because I ain't good enough to charge you for it.
Yeah.
I promise you. Everything ain't for sale. But we keep hearing to get on that level, you got to sacrifice certain things or sell certain type of parts of your soul. Do we believe it's true or not? Because if we believe it's true, then we're going to automatically stop having expectations of anybody on this here level to be real. See, expectations is the seed of disappointment. When we stop expecting these motherfuckers to be something that we know they can't, see, we'll stop being disappointed. So already out the gate, now he say, it all makes sense. And we know when you want to become more than you want to be, these two fingers will tell you come here, and them things will be powerful than anything you ever seen in your life. When somebody tell you come here, I can make you something that you want to be.
Hey, y'all don't realize. Hey, Trav, let me say this real quick. I laugh because I talked to you on the phone. You know what I'm saying? And I peeped the hero training, and it's like kicking it in the dojo, like letting somebody get in your dojo. When I do this show with you, man, I just feel like I just throw some shit out and you know what I'm saying? Normally I feel like I'm the nigga dropping the jewels, you know what I'm saying? What the hell happened to that battery that
man,
fast?
You a master teacher, dog.
But part of teaching is letting another motherfucker teach. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna just keep rolling because we talking. What I do with that other battery? Fuck it. Because I got to make this point. Part of teaching is knowing who to bring to class. You know what I'm saying? You remember your teacher would bring a speaker to class? It's like the way you said that become and coming and two fingers coming. Man, that shit go together so well because that's the whole point of what I'm saying, Trav. We can't trust now one of these motherfuckers. Now, I done heard before, and in the past, they do this and they do that, and the gatekeepers, and you got to do this to get in. But I'm starting to really fucking believe this shit, Trav, to the core. I'm talking about, let me say this. LeBron James, this shit fucked me up. LeBron James had $1 billion contract, Nike contract, as a child coming out of high school. LeBron James was the most popular after. I saw LeBron James on Saturday Night Live acting like a woman, humping, doing some Sylvester shit, tight pants, no drawers, dick print showing, acting gay. And I said, there's absolutely no reason on God's green earth for this man to go on Saturday Night Live and do that other than them folks paying him or threatening him.
The truth ain't for sale, dog.
I just can't believe that, man. Trav, that's just like you said, you on your mic and you nice on your mic. Somebody can come to you and offer you something, right? And you say the truth ain't for sale. But you broke. We broke. I ain't mean to say you broke, but you get what I'm saying.
Nah, I get it. Nah, you talking real life shit.
But this motherfucker already rich and still compromise himself. Man, I think they threaten these people's lives, man. I just can't imagine Shaquille O'Neal, big 7-foot ass, and somebody said, come up to him, said, Shaq, we want you to put on a wig and a little dress for this shit. Or remember Larry Johnson back in the day, grandmama? Yeah. I just can't imagine somebody coming up to Larry Johnson and Larry Johnson said, nah, man, I ain't doing that shit, man. I ain't putting on no dress.
Hey, look.
And they said, man, we gonna kill you if you don't do it. I just can't imagine them men selling out like that, and they already rich.
Let me tell you some real life shit, right? I say, man, you dropped a lesson on me one time, dog.
Keep talking. Keep talking. I'm grabbing that.
You broke down that 33, right? And I'm talking about, man, that thing was powerful. And when you realize what you teaching, can you hear me right now? When you realize what you teaching, what I'm teaching in hero training, and we're teaching this for free. It's about helping you understand that there's a power in you, man. That's just as real as anything on this here planet Earth, as long as you understand your position in it. Man, can't nothing come against you, and ain't nothing above you or beyond you. It's eye to eye, but you got to be you. You got to know who you is. And if you don't know that, man, somebody can play with your mind and have you being any goddamn thing. And that ain't determined by how much money you got. That ain't determined by how much money you don't got. So when you look at people in this here world who don't understand who they are, they don't understand who they are. You don't know who you are, then come here and let me tell you. So when you take a Kanye West who want to become And they start to give him his identity, initiate him by giving him the understanding. And he climbing these ladders. See, he keep on telling y'all he Jesus. But I told you, my brother dropped the lesson about 33. You go listen to it. This man gonna break you free on that little lesson. But when a man reaches that degree, he free. That's why he called himself Jesus. He beyond right and wrong. He a fucked up child that can't be healed because his mama gone. That's who he is. And we can't expect him to be nothing else. He ain't the boy that was 19 who was hungry. They fed him. Now it's time to goddamn slaughter him.
You know,
simple and plain.
It's simple and plain. I got a saying. I got to sing my little song. I said, them white folks will shut you down just to show us your bone. Them white folks will shut you down and send your black ass home. You spend your whole life kissing their ass just to sit upon their throne, and then them white folks shut you down and send your black ass home. I just really believe with everything in me that them white folks will not let you leave clear with their money and their fame. They gonna send your ass home, every last one of them. I just believe it's what they do on purpose. We let you rise, and then we send your ass home so your race can know we are the gatekeepers. We control everything. With everything in me, Trav, I do not want to believe that you have to do something crazy, freaky, to attain success. I don't want to. I have heroes, man.
Hey, man. Hey, look.
I have heroes that I don't want to believe that about. But at this point, Trav, I'd be a fool to think that it's not true.
Man, hey, look. Let me tell you something. No, I ain't going to tell you something. I want to ask you something. You broke free, and you came up with a teaching called Bells and Bubbles.
Yeah.
Tell me what Bells and Bubbles is, and what your intentions behind it is, and what's the foundation of what you teaching. Man, we got to establish this shit called this real fucking life. Fuck the entertainment. This what you're getting for free. Come on with it, dog. I'm
gonna bring it back out because I know it can save our race. Barrels and Bubbles basically is a way. It's a game to control your mind. Your thoughts control your life. Your imagination controls everything. Your whole life is a sum total of your imagination. And if we could just think better, we could have anything we want. And the thing that stops us from thinking better is what we focus our eyes on. And we focus our eyes on a lot of fucking bullshit. And so that's all we can think about. And that's all we can receive. But it's a game, man.
Check this out. Check this out. Now, I'm asking you some key questions.
Go ahead.
I'm going to break some real shit loose tonight, brother.
Yeah.
Now, you got a board.
Mm-hmm.
And your board is broke into 4 sections. Just tell me about them 4 sections.
What a board is cut in half. There's a high to the board, and there's a low to the board. There's a high to your mind, and there's a low to your mind. The top of the board says, I feel high and in heaven when I'm accountable for my thoughts, because we control our thoughts, right? Heaven, I feel high and in heaven when I'm accountable for my thoughts. The bottom half of the board is the exact opposite words. I feel low and in hell when I blame others for my actions. So this is the thing. Our thoughts control our actions. So when Shannon Sharp went over there and thought to buy that 19-year-old girl, if he would be accountable for his thoughts, he wouldn't have no problem at all, no matter what they do. But if he blamed her for his actions, then you see the opposite of that. He thought to do it, then he did it. Now he want to. So that's what life is. Now there's 2 other rooms in the board. You got the boom, boom room. Obviously, that's from life. That's where all the thoughts go. All your good thoughts go and sit in the boom, boom room, and they send out actual good things. All your bad thoughts go into what I call Debbie land, and they manifest into bad things. So we control our lives with our thoughts, basically. That's basically what we do.
And let me say this. This is a man who has a master's education. that broke free to take everything he learned and put it in what we call a curriculum.
Mm-hmm.
A curriculum.
Trav, you about to make me get back on it, man, because I know it's like I tell my wife all the time with the podcast and everything I do. She say, and I said, Chris, that Bears and Bubbles is what that's really the one. That's because it's not just talking, it's problem solving, saving. It's showing you how to control your own thoughts and control your own life. You know what I'm saying?
So let me say, I'm going to cut you off.
Go ahead.
Let me say this, man. I'm saying all that, and I wanted you to say that because just like you got split screens, I got hero training, right? Hero training is attitude, morale, understanding your position. Everything we talk about, the same thing, just another form. See, that's Superman, I'm Batman, or he Batman, I'm Superman. We heroes in two different worlds that could come together and have an Avenger moment. See, it's real life. We ain't talking about entertainment.
Yeah.
We're talking about that y'all getting for free. And let me tell you something. You ain't got to be initiated to hear me and him drop true, real knowledge. Not about being right or wrong. Not about being good or bad, but about understanding how it works. Because until we understand that, that is the foundation of us becoming or not. If we understand how it works, we can do agriculture. We can do anything we need for each other. But until then, man.
Well, you know, Trap, the thing that's so beautiful about it is this. The way the universe works is we're starting to see as Black people, these celebrities don't mean us no good. We're starting to see that they sit up high and they look down on us and they only come to us when the white man fuck them over. Monique didn't get her Netflix special. Black folks, can y'all boycott Netflix? No, baby girl, I'm going to watch my Netflix. You goddamn spent your whole life trying to get up there. They didn't get you what you want. Now you're mad. So what I'm saying is, in our race, we're at a point where we're starting to see these folks don't mean us no good. And that's why social media is a good thing and it's a bad thing. But it's a good thing in a way because people are getting to the point well, they don't want to hear none of these motherfuckers got to say no more. You know what I'm saying? When I was growing up, D Block Jadakiss, and I see this man daddy sit up here and say, oh, he had a mother and father and he grew up in private school and went to college. Jadakiss from D Block, the one with all the coke that Way the Wells with. I'm starting to see that all these motherfuckers are liars. I'm starting to see we were deceived. I'm starting to see that a lot of these motherfuckers are cousins, Snoop Gladys Knight cousin, all these motherfuckers. It's an interrelated thing. And I'm starting to see these folks is fucking with us. And we are literally trying to imitate them with our regular working backs, man. We can't get, you see what I'm saying? Our regular working backs is trying to buy what they got.
Hey, man, I'm gonna throw a financial fact. I'm a married man with 2 children. And we was always here growing up about if a job got good benefits or bad benefits. And I've been working my whole life, and I don't know what good or bad is. I ain't have but 2 jobs, but I know I got benefits on my family. And I pay about $800 a month for medical and every aspect for my family is insured.
Yeah.
And some people may look at that as a burden or whatever. But as a man in America, in this here system, who's reliable and responsible for a woman and her children, my wife and my children, that's what it costs.
That's what it fucking costs.
And if you ain't got that to understand that from that position, you're a motherfucking fool to compare. You understand how that works? That's real fucking life. And so anytime you see something of an equation, we all going through the same thing, working to survive and to maintain. You got people out here who can't afford to go to work. It costs to go to work.
Yeah.
I ain't got gas money to get back and forth. I work at a place where people make $100,000 who quiet on lunch because they ain't got nothing to eat. Talking real little shit. So who you fooling? And who you around? And who's setting your standards of what's real?
Man, I wish they wouldn't have
That's the
never
difference
let
between
niggas on
adults and
TV.
motherfucking children.
Mm-hmm.
That's the difference between adults and motherfucking children.
Man, this is so amazing because, like I said, we live a regular life and we're emulating and trying to be like and wishing we had the things that they don't have. They don't have this shit.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, I remember, my wife, just some of our personal business. My wife, we hate car payments, but my wife liked that motherfucking new Volkswagen, the van that they done redid the Volkswagen van, and she liked it, and I remember this song rapper said, I own these cars, I don't lease them. I own these cars, I don't lease them. That ain't no lease, this is ownership. And my wife has good credit, and one of the things, we just hate a car payment. But my wife, she was telling me she might lease a Volkswagen. With a lease, you don't drive the car a certain amount of time. You can get a new car every 3-4 years. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And it's cheaper to lease because overall the car don't lose value. Blah 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 blah. And it's like, I'm saying that to say we're thinking about getting this Volkswagen leasing, but growing up, I thought leasing was some goddamn broke nigga shit. But that's what all the rich white folks do. They lease shit. Yeah. But according to us, listen to our rappers, leasing is some broke nigga shit. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. You got to have good credit to lease some shit. You see what I'm saying? We don't have good credit, so we want to go in the car lot with $100,000 and buy the Charger cash. You see what I'm saying? So it's a lot of things that they are saying that it's so counterproductive to what the regular man needs to hear. My grandfather used to say, a working man gonna always stay out of trouble. They rap like the working man is a sucker. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna tell you some regular man shit, and I did this on purpose to teach my children something. I got dropped off at the dealership. Me and my babies, they was smaller, and they say, Daddy, how we gonna get home? I said, we're going to leave with a new car. And I wanted them to see and witness a confident black man.
Yeah.
Who can go in there with his name and already know I'm leaving with a car.
Yeah.
And that ain't got to be a $100,000 car. That ain't got to be, they got to be the car for you.
Yeah.
That got to be the car for you. You got to know your lane in your game. And you can show your baby some real shit. I'm talking about some real life shit. See, because people can go save up money and pay on trips and go to Aruba and get over that motherfucker and don't say nothing to each other. Ain't got no type of love. Ain't got no type of sincere moments. They just over there to take pictures and get back. And it's somebody who couldn't afford to do that, but went on the other side of town and rubbed toes and went shell in some new walls. And had the time of their life. So if you don't know why you doing some shit, man, for real, then you're a fake motherfucker doing fake shit, mimicking other fake motherfuckers. And that's the bottom line, Jack. Them your words right there.
You already know it. I think all the time how we have this image of, we say the Jews made us bad people. My grandmother had spindle records where I would be hearing shit before they ever let black people on the radio. We've always had our juke joint shit. Oh man, my man is shaking and the passing on him. That sure gave a shit. And it's like, we act like they made us bad. You know how you said art imitates life, and life is starting to imitate art. Art imitates life because the tree existed before a motherfucker painted it.
Come on.
See what I'm saying? Now men existed before we were ever painted. Now what we're actually doing is we're creating men through the fucking painting. We're creating the YNs, as we say, through the images of what they see. We literally have songs. You know, Dolores Tucker, man, we need to apologize to her, and we need to kick Tupac in his fucking head. You know what I'm saying? I mean, God bless the dead. You know what I mean? But
yeah, no, I get you. Kick this shit, man.
Dolores Tucker was trying to stop this shit when we was young. And we was like, you old lady, you don't know what the fuck you talking about, blah, 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 blah. And we literally have music called drill music that's about killing people. Now, not only is it about killing people, drill became famous because they were actually saying who the fuck they killed in their music. So it's a situation where we literally are creating a youth, a new group of young people by what's on the fucking radio.
Hey, listen, man. Like you say, the most powerful thing that the white man ever created on planet Earth was the black man. Get out your emotions.
Exactly. I know exactly.
Get out your emotions. This is why we so infatuated with pit bulls, because we get to imitate what he did to us on them.
Boy,
that's why we love pit bulls to this day. That's why we get into dog breeding. That whole game is based off creating a bloodline. Mm-hmm. The African or whatever you think you was in the beginning, you ain't that no more. They made something new. That's why you taught me and you helped me understand this and put this in perspective in the piece of the puzzle, that all this literary talk ain't but 400 years old. Ain't none of this old. When you use your imagination, we can create what's new. Close your eyes and let me show you what 20 billion years look like. See how that works.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're going to forfeit your imagination to mine, can you see it? Like I'm saying it. So in that's how they created us, to be in this system. Mm-hmm. And every 4 years, they have a contest where everybody come together and America bring hers. And she say, let me show you what I created. Everything hers in, we win. Technology ain't but 100 years old. I talked to a man who never had lights and can remember when the first TV was ever seen. Mm-hmm. This shit ain't old. This shit is new by something that they created to do. See how that works? So when we started reading, dog, when we got crafted in their mind, we forgot who we is.
Trav, you know what's so crazy?
That shit. Get back to it. Get back to just loving. Get back to goddamn, like you say, man, Jesus ain't nothing but a story of agriculture. Look outside. 3 months ago, everything was dead. Now it's coming back. If you understand how it come back and you get the harvest, when the winter come, you ain't worried about dying. Man, you filled with the Holy Spirit. I got green beans, tomatoes, and taters, and all that shit that I put up in there. But if you don't understand how it works, you're going to die like every goddamn thing else in the motherfucking winter.
Trav,
you see it come back. That's what my granddaddy taught me.
Man, I gotta comment on them creating the black man. You know, it's funny because we are a hybrid creature from Africa, pulled up a plant, pulled up out of the ground and planted in new soil. We have some of the characteristics of the old plant, but we have characteristics that the old plant don't have. And we have some characteristics of everything. So have you noticed that the black man is the scapegoat for everything, but he's the most admired motherfucker on the face of this earth? The power,
the greatest creation on earth.
Exactly, the power, and motherfuckers want to walk like us. If we start saying we could create a word tomorrow, man, let's get that jibber jab. Motherfuckers in China be the jibber jab. You know what I'm saying? These motherfuckers want to be like us so bad. And what I'm simply saying is they know that. That's why they took our elite athletes in the book of Maccabees. This is what the whole message is about tonight. They want to be like us so bad and know the power of us and our influence. So they take the cream of our crop and get them under them, our singers, our musicians, our athletes, all the people that the world would adore, our orators, and they pay them fucking chump change to it looked like a lot of money to us now. Don't get me wrong. They pay them according to what they make fucking chump change to keep anybody else with potential down and up, looking up, worshiping that bullshit they own.
Well, look at it like this right here. See, we finna talk some master talk now. See, that's the crafted. Mm-hmm. When you look at Morehouse, Spelman, all of them was white missionary men that came and started schools and institutions to bring in the cream of the crop, to teach them religious foundation of leadership.
So that I don't have to beat you no more.
They are the gatekeepers. Mm-hmm. Keep us in. It's still to this day. But listen, y'all, there's an opposition that rises in the spirit. See, the spirit out here teaching you for free. The cracker won't validate me. Because I'm bold enough to say it my own way. And I'm bold enough to go find it myself and give it to you for free. But we don't value nothing for free. We don't value that shit, Javon.
Nah.
We don't value nothing for free. We're going to go pay for the bullshit. Mm-hmm. I'm going to tell you something, man, and our culture, dog, this real shit. The most powerful rap song ever created in the whole history of goddamn rap is Pastor Troy, Vice Versa.
I remember that.
That motherfucker told y'all the whole truth and nothing but the truth. The pastor. Go listen to that right there. And if you get it, you got it. I promise you that.
Trav, it's getting close to time for me to have to shut this thing down, man. I'm gonna play us, man. I'm gonna play us up out of here. Cause we got a gift. We got some music. This song is called Brand New Dress by me and my man Trav. Like I said, I sent Trav the beat and sent him my vocals and sent him my idea, and he sent me back
that fire.
Exactly.
Or even Tom Ford.
He said it's that fire. No, Trav, I think I want to play Hey Black Folks. Did I play that the other night?
Yeah, you played that the other night. That. Hey, look, let me say this, man. Since you bringing that in, we're gonna bring it back in. Now, I'll play that right there, man.
Yeah, we'll play that.
That's exactly what you're talking about tonight.
That's the why.
That's a real. That's movie rap right here. It's movie music.
They got the beefing at the corner store. All for nothing, just to look at the dough. She was born in the wrong neighborhood. That's why they say the good die young. And her mama just had bought that dress. 2 weeks of overtime, she felt blessed. A single mother, she been needing some rest. But that's her baby girl, she gave her the best. Nothing less, they still steaming from the beef at the stove. They cruised the hood cause they was looking for bro. They made a left and they spotted the ops. They wanna slide like Drake, so they spin up the block. And then the shells got to dropping, the kids got to screaming, the thugs got to running, but the shots kept ringing. And his mans tried to stop him, but the homie kept squeezing. She just wanna ride a bike and now she dead for no reason. And the killer's still free cause her best friend seen it. But snitches get stitches, so she told him she ain't seeing. And her mama couldn't afford a new dress. She thank God they shot a child in the head. Enough
she
said.
Wanna wear her brand new dress outside. Her friend got a brand new bike she wanna ride. She wanna wear her brand new dress outside. She never would've thought she'd die in a homicide.
And now mama feel guilty. She should've told her no, should've known she would get her dress filthy. And her best friend having nightmares cause she seen the dude that killed the little girl in the stairs. Why we gotta play by these rules? We dying over colors and they hustling at the school. school. We smoking dead homies and we laughing like it's cool. Mama home crying and ain't nothing she can do. How long we gon' sit and sat on the block? How long we gon' spat on the yard? How long? How long? She wanna wear her brand new dress outside. Her friend got a brand new bike she wanna ride. She wanna wear her brand new dress outside. She never would've thought she'd die in a homicide.
Man, that's that heat right there, dog. That's that heat. While you bullshitting, man, we got a whole LP done while you bullshitting.
Yeah, we got a lot of stuff we did.
We got a whole, hey, look, man, but we got some heat. Hey, look. You and I want to sing this part right here. I want to close on this.
Yeah.
If you listening to this, man, we got to finish this song. But it say, it's a powerful thing when I sing my own song.
Oh,
Cause I can't sing it wrong. It's a powerful thing.
Hey, Trav, what's the name of that song? You know, it's funny because that song, Brand New Dress, I was sitting there, I just was thinking about how mothers in the ghetto be poor. And a lot of times I was thinking about my daughter, like I was thinking like when a child died and a mama gotta get them ready for the funeral and she can't even afford nothing. So the song was written about this little girl that had went to church and her mama had worked all this overtime to buy her this brand new dress. And when they got home from church, the little girl just wanted to go outside and be seen. And she said, Mama, can I wear my brand new dress outside? And Mama was skeptical, but she knew the little girl wanted to be proud. And Mama said, just as long as you don't get that dress dirty. And this little girl outside playing in her dress and these niggas beefing at the stove. And she done got shot and killed. And when Mama get outside, the first thing she can only think is, wow, I'm glad my daughter got shot in the head because the blood didn't get on the dress and I wouldn't have been able to afford a new dress to bury her. And when I thought about that shit, man, I said, man, I don't know what made my mind create that shit like that. I just was like, man, I was just sitting here like, look how many innocent children die because some motherfuckers arguing at the motherfucking stove. So that was the perspective. And see, that's what I was saying, Trav, about music, the messages that we can put out, the talent that we have. That's why they would gatekeep me. That's why they want to give me some money. In order for them to let that get on, they don't want that to get on. Man, you know how guilty that'll make so many people that's in gangs. So that if they hear somebody as talented as us, they like, well, shit, even somebody like Kanye, well, look, we got to make sure we get a hold of him and change his content because this man got the power to change some stuff. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. Hey, man.
That's how they do us, man.
Man, but like I say, the truth ain't never popular, brother. The truth ain't never popular, but we're going to change that. And I think we are popular. And I think the ones that know who we are, and if you listening tonight or on the replay, you are enough. You know what I'm saying? You are enough. And I mean that from everything I am. Like I say, your attention is the most powerful thing you can pay. 1 million motherfuckers might not be on here, but 1 million motherfuckers ain't our kind. We're a rare breed out here in this world. And I'm just thankful to be amongst my kind, man.
I'm gonna hit you, girl. We sex till 3 or 4. Started on the bed, now we on the floor.
Who was that?
I thought
no. That wasn't me and you there. Yeah, about to say I ain't playing that, Emma. Yeah.
Trav, this is something I want you to get on that Sunday morning, man.
Bring back those old school sweet Sunday morning.
Come on, let it ride.
Bring back those old school sweet Sunday morning. Grandma had
to freestyle, let it ride.
And love was the way to go. Damn, I miss my grandma Sunday morning.
I don't want no peanut butter and jelly.
I remember
Mama cooking chicken grits with bacon in the oven. No.
That's what I'm gonna say. I remember after you.
I finally know why. Bring back those old school sweet Sunday mornings.
You remember when we was going to church, Trav?
Yeah.
We need back those old school sweet Sunday mornings. When grandma had the food on the stove and love was the way of the home.
Hey, I'm gonna put you on the spot. Go ahead and freestyle after this. Give him some, Trav.
I'm feeling good in this Tuesday, but not tacos. Me and my brother, we dropping Bodos on the flow. I hope you pick them up and grow something. Yeah, knowledge and truth is what we pumping. Inspiration, no hating. Two brothers collaborating. Yeah, we never perpetrating. We the real deal with no fame. Telling the truth, and we ain't got no shame. We ain't playing no game. We put our live on it for anybody that's real enough to know that they want it. See, I can freestyle. We off the top of the dome, and I ain't never got to worry about saying
Grandma
this is
had the
wrong.
food on the stove and love was the way of the home. Damn, I miss those grandmas Sunday morning.
Hey, Trav, man. Hey, we appreciate y'all for staying tuned in, tapped in, and turned on. This is my man, Trav Perry. Y'all check him out every Thursday at Trav. Tell him shit.
Hey, man, every Thursday on my page, Trav Perry. I want to say this too, man. I dropped a book. It's called Hero Training, The Power of Perspective. Go to Amazon. Just type in Hero Training. It's coming up. It's a bad book. I'm saying this egotistically and arrogant and confidently. It will change your perspective to help you understand your position in the game, to fight the good fight and know you're going to win. I promise.
Well, Trav, you know, I'm going to snatch that book up this Friday, man. I'm going to read it, and I'm going to post a video of me talking about it, and I'm going to pub it as best I can, man.
On,
and I appreciate you for doing it, man, because it's definitely an inspiration to me. So many people have told me I should write a book, and, you know, I had, man, after graduating with my master's, I don't even want to type a fucking email, but just to see you write that book, brother, and the work I know you put into it, man, it inspires me. So I'm gonna try to fight that good fight myself, bro. I love you, man, and I appreciate you.
Love you too, man. Love your family, man. Hey, man, y'all have a good night, man.
Y'all be good.
Okay.
Peace.